That's crazy, bro.
Let me see. We should be set up. Let me see. And then yeah, I got the chat up there so I can see the chat now. And let me see if we live from the page. YouTube Studio. Go on the Facebook. I mean the YouTube. Should be live. Oh yeah, I think it is live, but this is already up. Let's see. How the hell can I see it? Live. Yeah, it's live now. Let's see. Yep. How the hell can I see it? Yeah, we live. Alright. You see it? Alright. I'm gonna bring up the Telegram. Let's see if I can.
We only got two up there.
That's because on this screen, I have to switch between. Well,
I can see you at the bottom of it.
Nah, it was a way that both of us was up there though. I forgot how to get the screen back to it. There you go. There you go. No, where the hell is my damn? Alright, cool. Yeah, I gotta get that shit where I can connect this TV as the third monitor so I can put shit up there. And then I can just keep us on this screen, what we doing on this screen, and then I can control all the other shit from up there. Alright, let me put this in the Telegram. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know this can get the question, man.
Alright. Let's start with, I guess we'll start with the news or data that's dropping that day. We probably can start the lives off with that in the morning maybe. That'll give us a idea of what we're looking at for the day. Clear all these countries, US. Let's do only 3 stars. What we got today? We already had I think that was new starts. We had jobless claims. Home starts probably as a 2-star. Let's add that. Yeah. Now housing starts, that was the lowest right there that we seen since 2020. Jobless claims came in as expected. That's a weekly data point. Building permits came in lower than expected. And then we've been having some of the housing companies, real estate companies like Lennar. They starting to post their earnings and stuff. We probably can look and see if any of those are coming up soon. That wouldn't be a bad move, to play into the downside of the real estate for now, short term. Yeah. Well, other than that, we got crude oil inventories, of course, at 10:30. And then interest rate for the Fed meeting, for the interest rate decision. That's the main thing today. The Fed rate decision. So I was saying the market probably gonna be pretty quiet going into the Fed rate decision. We probably gonna stay pretty flat and coast into that meeting this evening. It just don't make sense. It's not smart for traders to get heavy in the market or make any major moves before the data like that drop, the Fed rate decision, because even though we already anticipating they're gonna pause, they're not gonna cut rates, they're not gonna raise, definitely not gonna raise them, but they're not gonna do any rate cuts right now. It's kind of already baked into the market. So I don't think we're gonna get a downside move. I think it's gonna stay pretty flat, and we're probably gonna see some upside. That's what I think. We could fall. Shit, the market could just not like that, not like the commentary after the Fed rate decision, and then just fall. But either way, it's not smart to play. Just wait and see what it does or how the market's gonna react to it, and then look at what stocks are gaining opportunities up based on the market reaction, if that makes sense. Once, if you see a stock that's already oversold, for instance, and the Fed rate decision causes the market to sell off, but that they're not affected by rates. That company you look at is not affected by interest rates, not directly. That's gonna put that stock into an even better position for you to enter, and then that trade is now a lot more likely to go in your bullish direction that you see, moving forward. But had you got into it before the Fed rate decision thinking it's already oversold and the Fed rate decision probably gonna cause the market to pump, you could put yourself in that could be a bad position, out the gate. Not necessarily based on your your analysis, but you want to wait till that data drop so that I gotta respond to you people about this truck. You gotta wait till that data drop so that you can see how the market gonna react. That's all. The fear greed index, we've went from a week ago we was in greed, a month ago we was in greed, and we're shifting back to a neutral standpoint. So that's we're just waiting to see how everything gonna play out. Everything's kind of been neutral, even on the charts. A lot of stocks are they squeezing right now. They're not showing us a lot of upward, downward movement. A lot of them squeezing right now. Let's see, we got any recent upgrades, downgrades on any major companies. I probably will scroll this list before. They go Lennar, they maintain. They don't say whether it's a buy or what they maintain that, but probably gonna start scrolling this list before we get on here and just pull the ones that's most important or find a list that can give us the most important ones, because they have a lot of upgrades and downgrades every day. So we'll probably go through that and get a better idea of which ones we should be looking at on that one. Let me go on X and get the earnings on.
Actually went down from 75 to 66.
Yeah, okay. Everybody's selling the. Everybody got a store in the mall full of J's and Dunks.
I don't see too much of anything else, but
let's see. Yeah, we'll sign in to mine. Let me see. Alright, let's see. Earning Whispers, yeah. Earning Whispers post their earnings on X. The weekly earnings. So that's what we usually getting this from. Alright, what we got today is Wednesday. We got market close Thursday. We have no earnings. We got Kroger at open on Friday. I like Kroger right now. That was something I seen last week on CNBC. They had Kroger. They had a lot of the money's going away from restaurants and going a lot more, people cooking a lot more at home. Cause it's cheaper. It's cheaper to just get your food from the store and cook. But I forget what data that was that came out was explaining that. I seen that on, I want to say last week sometime. So no major earnings. Let's go to TradingView and we can hit the stocks that we're watching based on our the briefing. I didn't post a briefing this morning in the group. Let me post that.
And when you get a chance to put the whatever stocks we're looking up on the YouTube page.
I'm gonna post that. I'm gonna post the briefing in the group, and then we'll go through the stocks that we've been having the same stocks coming up on that daily briefing that I've been posting, and that's because everything that's going on with the war and stuff like that. So them stocks kind of stick out, and they actually been making some good moves. They actually been making some good moves. It was Lockheed Martin, which is defense, RTX defense, CVX, which is Chevron, Google. I like that play that they keep coming up on our briefing. I like Google. Long term, I think Hunter's in swings out to December. I don't know what strike, but I like those. I like those Google calls. He got those out to September. Out to December. Let me get that posted in the group though. I'm not even gonna break it up today because we ain't got a lot of time. I'm gonna just post it all as a whole.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes before open.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at the session right now on the 2 hour. It's sitting right on top of their bottom border.
Yeah, we got that posted. Alright. Let's see. We'll start Apple. And we'll go to a few other ones from there. Apple's still in this squeeze. We're lower on the RSI. That's on the hourly, but even all the way up, we're still down here on the RSI, mid 30s, and that's on the 4-hour chart. We still got a nice structure. We're just looking for a breakout or a breakdown. Breakdown, then I close my position with a loss. Breakout, Then I'm gonna wait on the retest, and I'm probably gonna get another leg in Apple that's shorter, and then catch some of this move here. And that's my plan on Apple, but we just waiting on that. That's not a big deal right now. Lockheed been in a nice range. If you was catching these, like these here, every time it does, done this since April. It's caught a nice move to the upside. Then May, then June, and we catching nice moves to the upside. You talking about 443 up to about a $40 move, over $40 move, and that's within like 2 days. This was June 11th, Wednesday on my birthday. By Friday, it was up like $40 something. That's almost 10% on Lockheed, and that's been on our briefing every morning. Lockheed Martin RTX, another defense stock. I ain't gonna go to defense. Yeah, actually, I ain't gonna go to defense. I'll just type them in. RTX been on there all week, for this week for sure, and yeah, it's been riding up all week. Now they getting overbought. I ain't gonna. I wouldn't be comfortable going to RTX up here because they don't really have anywhere to go. Yeah, we overbought on all time frames, probably even the weekly. So I wouldn't be comfortable going into RTX here, but had you got in there maybe towards the beginning of the month, down here around 130 on this pullback, that would have been a nice opportunity. I'm pretty sure on the daily it pulled back there. Yeah, it pulled back here. That would have been a nice opportunity to get in, but I'm not gonna go to Chevron. I'm gonna just skip to Google, and then we'll go look at some charts before the market open. Google looking nice. It got above this 200, came back and retested on Friday. That was a nice entry point right there. I'm not sure when Hunter got in, because Hunter got in Google, but I should go to the Telegram and see when he got in some of them Google calls. Let's see, Hunter. My Google position pulled back. Yeah, I don't know if he said what position he got, but he's in Google out to December. I like this setup here though. I ain't that much charting on Google since it was back here like March. But not honestly, with us getting back on top of this 200 and holding strong, I think we are. You know, even if we come down some, I think we can range here and continue higher. But I think we are on Google. That's a nice position that Hunter's in over there. That's another one that's been on our list this week. So just off the briefing, once you get in the group and you can understand how to you understand entry and exit, and you understand risk management. Once you understand that, and you understand the basics, just on the briefing that we're starting to put out daily, there's opportunity for you to make money. But on top of that, we have specific trades that we put in, or signals that we put in. You know what, guys? They're making money on. Let's see. They're making money on a lot of those short intraday positions. I want to say, where's yours from yesterday, Drake? Is it? So it's coming up on this screen. That's why. That was Tesla yesterday. Yesterday morning. Yeah, and then this is our brief, and there we go, Lucky, RTX, Chevron. So yeah, we got the market opening here in a second. Let's go over to what you want to check out, Tesla.
Yeah.
Let's go in a smaller time frame so we can look at what's actually going on. I'm gonna rock out with you on that for a little bit this morning. I might not make a trade on it. I just don't like trading right before the meeting, and I think it's gonna be flat anyway. I don't think we're gonna get too much volatility.
Yeah. You know, if I don't see anything I like, if I don't see the movement I like, I'm not gonna press.
Alright, let me see.
Looking like it could go up.
Let's get some CNBC on in here.
The market gets open.
Why you don't necessarily feel the market trades the way you would intuitively expect.
Alright. Yeah, kind of flat to start. Let's see what the Q's doing.
When it comes to diagnosing oncological diagnoses, that's all about energy, Mike. We're back about 75
Slight
Texas, and gas
bullish on the
futures are
Q's.
right at the top of the channel once again. Yes, so I mean,
Let's
the
anchor this
balance sheet
VWAP.
just not that dramatically, and we are above Friday's highs, I guess, on WTI. Brent's kind of close to there. So that's the one thing that's kind of broken the containment of Friday's range. The S&P never did. The volatility index is kind of nip and tuck right near there. So I do think that everyone's using that as a little bit of a mental.
Apple popped like $1 at open.
We're going to navigate around that. Now, there's other reasons why the market might be a little bit sluggish and be sort of poised to have the potential to pull back a little bit. We had a 25% ramp to the upside. It was broad at the beginning, but it narrowed out in the last couple of weeks. There's been a loss of.
Let me turn that down. Say what, bro?
I said if she bounced, she could go up to 318, but I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna go out for next week.
You looking at getting into a position this morning?
I might. If I do, I'm gonna buy it out for next week. I'm just looking at the price action on everything. She's going back and forth, but it's sideways, just like you said, man.
I don't like Apple going like that, man. It's falling out the gate, cuz. I got Apple's out to the Apple position is out to September, so I'm not really tripping on it. And it's consolidating out here in this area on the bottom side of our Bollinger Band, so I'm not really expecting too much more downside unless the market sells off. Then it's gonna pull everything with it. Tesla, let's see where we at. Same thing. We kind of just floating. We don't have no real signals right now, which is expected before Fed meeting. So it's not really gonna be a lot, I don't think, to see this morning at open. Usually, I think we're gonna start trying to do is set this up though. We do this before open, and then maybe come into the open if we're looking at some positions specifically, or looking at doing some live day trading. But other than that, I want to kind of wrap this up before the market opens so that we can focus, unless we're gonna do some live trades. But yeah, we'll go from there, man. It's just just breaking the ice. I mean, on what we usually do anyway, but trying to get a little bit more organized with it so that everybody can take advantage of it. Even if you're not in the group, you can understand what we're doing in the group and the sharpshooters community and how you can benefit from, you know, being a part of that. I think everybody that's in here this morning probably gonna be from the group or somebody that's looking at joining the group. We don't have a lot of speculators, but yeah, that's the goal, just to jump on here and give you a clear view of what we do and what you could potentially be doing. So yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off, bro. We can go ahead and close it out, and we'll get some updates throughout the day in the in our Telegram chat, and yeah, that's our morning brief.
Alright, bro, I'll let you know.
All right, bro.